So, annoyingly, after Veilbreaker Update 32 came out, I experienced a lot of problems, as a lot of people do. This is not a still image. You can see the bird on the right of the screen. This is actively, right now, the game running. It is running at 0 frames per second. I cannot log into this game to do anything. Yeah, I need to sort this before Barrow turns up, and I've been trying to do this for over a day. Everything I do just does this since their first hotfix of the game. It will not run. But fun times, I can just do this instead. Jumping over to Xbox, this was noticeable on some platforms, for some reason PC didn't do this, by the fact it's asking you to go and have a look at the Syndicate terminal. We come here and yeah, it basically looks like it reset everything. Parent sequence I was with. Yes, you will have to repledge, but all this means is you no longer have to run around with, well, you can pledge all of them if you really want to. I'm going to pledge those two and basically see what happens and try to get this to work on PC. But you can see by swapping it, I'm now pledged with Red Veil, but no, I want to be pledged here. And that's as hard as it is to swap syndicates now. And it says who you are with right here, which I like. So if I go to back to here, and there it is. It's just one screen, you do it there, fine. And you view offerings, it's all pretty much the same here as well. Everything is still here, everything is still the same as it was, which I still think is a huge shame. They could have taken this opportunity to have added new Sakura weapons, or the different weapons from different syndicates, but they didn't. And hopefully that will stay like that. Yep, you only get to see that screen once. I'm only mentioning this because it made me do it again. After I came out of there, it wanted me to go back in. If you then want to change syndicate, you can, but you have to go over here and click change pledge, and there it is again. So, technically I was wrong, that screen is revisitable. I mean, when activating this terminal, clicking on it will bring up that once. The sigils no longer do anything. They are there, they show that you are supporting it and all of that weirdness, but they don't anymore add standing. There used to be standing bonuses for these. I do believe it was about 12 or 15%. It's gone. It no longer does this. It is now based upon the level you are at as to how much you can get. But you can see earning 15% of affinity is standing with Red Veil because I'm linked with Red Veil and Red Veil is at the max rank. Obviously, when you are further down, you will gain less, but it means when you first start, you will just automatically get these bonuses as you go. There is now no longer a need to spend your precious standing with a syndicate to get the sigil. It is just automatically there, which also means you can take that off. Can you say it? Probably not, because I have taken great annoyancing, yep, I'm making up words at this point, to try and hide these things, because they are just super annoying. Sigils, back sigil, and believe it or not, wait, it is there. In theory, this is not where it's supposed to be because it should be rotated around that way and then moved over ever so slightly. No, that's probably why I had it that way. But yeah, I hide these things. Now, you do not need to run them. Gone. Which can make it much cleaner. Or, and to be fair, I do have to go to default the setting, you can now put any sigil you want on the back. Absolutely any over time. Mastery ones, the login ones, And you may be thinking, why is this so noteworthy? Well, it comes down to being noteworthy for one major reason. When you get a new frame, when you can find said new frame, because, yeah, first time I came in here looking for him, I couldn't find him when we equipped this, you always had to do one thing every time you got a new frame, and it was growing annoying. That. And then it would just basically be change the colour and yeah, it's pretty much gone. Every single time. And now, don't need to do that. Can leave it as reset, can put on anything you want. The standing will just be gained without having to do that. I will admit straight away to having many days go by after a new frame, gaining no standing. New primes were the worst, because you use all your standing getting relics, and then you forget to put the sigil on, level the frame, use the frame a lot, realise you haven't gained any standing, wonder what's going on, and then the light bulb clicks. Oh, I forgot to put the sigil on. Because without the sigil, you didn't gain any standing, which it can't be denied. It was annoying. Now it is just fixed. It's gonna happen constantly. And yes, I'm not sure how the edit on this has worked out. Stanix is unranked 2 days after getting him, because as forementioned, the game keeps crashing no matter what I do, and yes, it has swapped from console back over to PC. As you can probably tell, by an area I do not want to be in, but they are forcing us to be in after the Veilbreaker update, where this was of course added, but I just want to go up here and be in my ship. Thank you. This is such a little change, just to have it as kind of a passive ability that when you level them up, you just gain the standing as you go, and you don't have to worry about the sigil. Everything else is pretty much exactly the same as it was before, once you choose them. The big difference is, it's a pledge now, kind of like it was before, which I still think is weird for them to point out, ooh, it's now pledge-based instead of sigil-based. You've still got to pledge with them, you've still got to level them up. It just means it's passive affinity earning rather than sigil-based affinity earning. And you can literally, if we go to this, you can see the symbol is still there, and then you get the 15 bonus, which means you can do this without having to worry about missing out on any lost affinity, which is great. I'm so glad this thing is there. It is just going to make so many things so much better. And of course, with that, we will leave this off here while I play around with collecting the... This is a mistake, by the way, because the new prime's due in about a month. But I do this every time they're maxed out anyway. It's what I use my syndicate standing for. I should be using it for other things, I know, but relics for the win. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.